Hi and welcome back to my channel. You're joining me here in the centre of London and I'm going to show you around a hotel in this video that I've spent last night in, and I've woken up today really pretty impressed. Now if you've just found me today for the first time, then I'm Fraser and I use my YouTube channel to share my cruise experiences with you. Now that means that my channel focuses primarily on the cruise industry, but I also get loads of questions about accommodation in cities as a result of that. Now, when it comes to London, people cruising from Southampton, which is in the south of England, when they fly into the UK, they very often fly into London, and that means that they might want to spend a few days in London before heading to the port. Now, that leads me on to this hotel, because if you're looking for somewhere to stay, I think you might want to check this place out, because London is a city that, to be honest, drives me mad at times, because you can pay quite a lot of money for accommodation options that aren't really that good. But what I've seen here over the last 24 hours, I am really comfortable recommending this place to you. So in this video, I'm going to show you around this hotel, which is Club Quarters St. Paul's. I'm going to show you my room. I'm going to show you the facilities that this hotel's got to offer. And I'm also going to show you the relatively famous building that's right next door. Because to get this standard of accommodation so close to a major landmark is actually pretty rare in a city like London. So anyway, enough from me here. If you enjoy this video today, then please support my channel by simply clicking both the thumbs up and the subscribe buttons, and let's get started on my full tour of Club Quarters St. Paul's here in London. Before we talk about anything else, let's cover the location of this hotel, because it really is quite something. In the distance there, you can see just how close this hotel is to St. Paul's Cathedral. It is footsteps away. In terms of public transport, your closest underground station to this hotel is St. Paul's, and there's also a City Thames Link rail station just slightly further down the street. As soon as you walk into the hotel, you're met on your left-hand side by digital or virtual reception desks. These allow you to check in, check out, or collect your room keys and bypass any lines or queues that are at the physical reception desk. This area is also where you can take advantage of the small retail offering. There's also a bar here, and there's also a coffee shop. I opted to buy a fresh coffee as soon as I got to the hotel. The price was really good. I paid around £4 British pounds for my coffee, and it was really, really good. You'll also find fresh pastries here all through the day. Now, let's head upstairs and let me show you the hotel room that I stayed in during my trip. This is room 726, which is what's known as a club room here at Club Quarters St. Paul's. This hotel offers 5 different types of room. There are standard rooms, superior rooms, club rooms, which is this one we're in now, one-room suites, and also a range of accessible rooms. So hopefully there's going to be something available for whatever your preference or requirements are. You can see as we look around, it's a really large, bright room, considering we're in central London. I have stayed in so many hotels around this city, and the size alone is one of the reasons that I was so keen to recommend this one to you, because I've often seen hotels where, yes, the room is very, very small, but this is quite the opposite. Over on this side of the bed, you've got 2 lights, one of which wasn't actually working during my stay, but you've got a light followed by an individual reading light, which is operated using the small button in front. You've then got 2 UK power outlets, and you've also got an in-room radio. I thought that was a really nice touch, because personally I didn't use it, but it would be nice to have some music in here while you're staying, wouldn't it? Over on this side of the bed, you'll have to excuse my iPhone, which was charging at this point, but over here you've got the same lighting setup, and you'll also find the same power setup. There's also a phone here that you can use to call the key guest service areas, all of which I'll show you throughout this tour. There's also a small notepad and a pen. You can also use that phone to make external calls, but I believe that would be charged accordingly. Directly opposite the foot of the bed, you'll find a large flat screen television. You can also use that television to not only watch live TV channels, but you can also stream to that TV. Over here, you've got a beveled mirror with a light fitting directly above, and then you've got a small footstool which would also double up as a table too. Over in this corner, you've got the equivalent to a hospitality tray or a tea and coffee making station. There's the proof that I ordered a coffee when I arrived. My cup is still there. And down here, you've got the tea selection. So you've got your tea bags, you've got some milk, some sugar, and some sweetener. There is an espresso machine up on that top shelf. There are also pods provided with the room. So if you enjoy a morning coffee, don't worry, you should be absolutely fine in here. Over on this side of the room, you'll find what I would term a two-seater sofa with some artwork directly above and a pendant light hanging above a table. That pendant light was very bright. It was off at the point of recording this video because the LED nature of it was causing a little flickering in the video. Directly on top of the table, you'll find what many hotels would brand as their additional upcharge minibar items. Nothing here is included, so you will have to pay for anything you consume there. Think things like canned cocktails, chocolate truffles, gummy sweets. There are also chargeable USB chargers, so if you do forget your plugs, then shouldn't be an issue at all. Over here, you've got 3 hooks on the left-hand side. You can use them to store your jackets or anything you'd need to quickly grab on your way in and out of the room. This is your air conditioning panel. I found it was set at 21 degrees, but if you toggled the right-hand side to low, medium and high, the room would cool down really, really nicely. You've got a full-length mirror on your left there, which is perfect for checking yourself out before you head out for the day. And in here, you've got your in-room storage. Down at the bottom, you've got the all-important safe. I always advise everybody to use the safe when they travel. You've then got things like your laundry bag, your hairdryer, an iron and an ironing board, and plenty of hanging space here. Whether you're travelling for leisure or business, you should have absolutely no issues hanging up everything you need to in this room. On the back of the door, from a security point of view, you've got a small peephole which is covered with a metal guard. Now let's head in and take a look at the bathroom. On the left-hand side, you've got the door that will take you into the bathroom. As you walk in, you've got your toilet on the right-hand side, you've got your sink in the centre section, and then you've got, yes, that's me in the mirror. If you've just found my channel today, I always find it impossible to walk into a bathroom without acknowledging myself in the mirror. And you've got your shower enclosure over on the left-hand side. I should apologise that as you take a look around here, you might notice that some of those LED lights around the mirror are flickering. That wasn't the case actually in the room at all. It's just when you film on a camera, it can sometimes pick it up that way. In the shower, you'll find shampoo, body wash and conditioner, all complimentary. You'll find the same brand of toiletry over by the sink as a hand lotion and also a hand soap. As I mentioned earlier in this video, one of the main selling points of this hotel is its location. It's also quite rare in my experience to find a hotel so close to a main attraction without the quality being really compromised as a result. Here's one final look at the room, and let me now show you what this room looks out to, because to be honest, I was pretty surprised when I opened these curtains for the first time. Yes, that there is the main dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. Isn't that absolutely amazing? The view looking out here in the evening was absolutely stunning. It was honestly like you were in some sort of movie, falling asleep here and waking up here. It is worth mentioning that through the night, the church bells will ring every hour, but that didn't disturb me too much. It was actually a very cosy feeling when you hear them going off through the night. Now let's look at guest amenities and facilities that you'll find around this hotel. On every floor, you're going to find a water refill station. You can either fill up your own water bottle here, or you can use one of the recyclable bottles that they have available. On every floor, you'll also find this very clever design feature. This is a guest request closet, and in each of these, you'll find all of these items ready for you to take as much or as little of as you wish. Think things like deodorant, mouthwash, shaving kits, vanity kits, a really great idea. Downstairs, you'll find one of the best co-working spaces I've ever seen at a hotel. If you enjoy getting a bit of work done when you're travelling, or perhaps you enjoy just having a coffee in what feels like quite a work-friendly environment, then you'll probably really enjoy this place. This is also available to the public, so it can get relatively busy, simply due to the fact that it is pretty good quality and you're in central London. There are lots of power outlets here, there's complimentary water all through the day, and you can obviously head across and buy your coffee from reception, which I showed you earlier. Here are 2 Zoom booths, so if you do have video calls that you'd like to make, or even just phone calls, then you can rent them by the hour if you're a member of the public, or hotel guests can book them free of charge. You just have to speak to reception. Downstairs in the hotel, you'll find the fitness suite or the gym. In central London, you don't tend to find large gyms, so to be honest, I wasn't actually too shocked to walk in here and find that it is a pretty tight space. But if you are looking to work out while you're away, then you absolutely should be able to do that here, no problem at all. I mentioned that Club Quarters St Paul's is right beside St Paul's. Let me now take you outside and show you. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Would you stay at this hotel, or would you rather stay elsewhere in London or at another property that you've been at before? If you have another hotel that you'd recommend in London, please come and let us know down in the comments, because I know that there will be other people watching this who would love your advice. Here it is, St Paul's Cathedral, right outside the hotel. If you've enjoyed this video today, then come over and support my channel by watching another. I have so much more to show you across both the cruise and general travel industry. I'll hopefully see you in another video, and thank you so much for watching this one.